How are you guys?
Hey, I like that shirt.
Yeah.
Hi, Brazil.
Hi, Brazil.
I love you guys. I love you Brazilians. You have so much love and so much passion.
I dig it. I dig it.
Shazam, a Fúria dos Deuses, chega dia 16 de março nos cinemas e eu tive a oportunidade de falar com o elenco do filme e com o diretor dessa sequência, que traz aquele climinha família, aquele climinha sessão da tarde de volta aí pros filmes de herói. Eu falei ali com o David F. Sandberg, que é o cineasta, né, o cara responsável pelos filmes e que tem ali um pezinho no terror e como isso afetou a direção dele na franquia Shazam. E também falei com a Dame Helen Mirren, gente. Falei também com Lucy Liu, Rachel Zegler, Zachary Levi, Asher Angel, Jake Dylan Glazer. Confere aí porque a entrevista tá muito legal. Hi Zach, I'm Nicolaus, I'm from Omelete, Brazil. How are you?
What's up, man? Good to see you. I'm doing well, thanks. How are you?
I'm fine. You've been here in 2018, I think, for CCXP, right?
We were just talking about it, yes. Omelete, you guys interviewed me there when I was at CCXP.
So it's been a long time. Hope to have you again very soon.
I would love to come back down. I had such a good time down there. I love you guys. I love you Brazilians. You have so much love and so much passion. You're my people.
How does the pressure of making a sequel differ from the pressure of releasing the original movie that started a franchise?
I don't know. Like there's different types of pressures, right? So with the first one, you feel the pressure of, is anybody going to care about this movie that, you know, we're not Superman or Batman or Wonder Woman. We're a more niche name. We're a niche franchise. So you really, you know, you feel that pressure of like, are we going to be recognizable enough? Are people going to care enough to want to go and see the first movie? And then they did, and we did pretty good. And so I was like, okay, cool. Well, now the pressure becomes, are you gonna screw it up? Like, now you've got people's attention, and now you've got some goodwill. Are you gonna be able to continue that? Are you gonna be able to keep them happy and keep coming back to what the franchise is? So it's slightly different pressures, but honestly, I don't really apply them to myself. My job is to show up and be the best human being and the best actor that can play this role as best I can, you know, and I do that as best I can, and then I let go and I let God, and everything else goes from there. I'm just excited that we finally get the movie out, that you and everyone else is finally going to get to see this movie, because we worked really hard on it and we're all really proud of it.
This is very personal, Billy.
Look, I might not have as much experience as you because I'm not super old like you, but I've seen all of the Fast and the Furious movies, lady. It's all about family.
Hi everyone, I'm Nicolaus from Brazil. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Brazil.
Hi, Brazil.
Nice background.
Yeah, we like your background.
You should have the three goddesses there.
Yeah.
Yeah, not really a fan of the guy in the photo.
What happened?
It's okay.
Yeah, you guys fight a lot in the movie, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
So between the three of you, there are big and small stage productions, fairy tales, action movies, period pieces, TV shows, musicals, and cult classics. How do you think that experience helps in the making of a superhero blockbuster like Shazam?
Well, you pretty much cover all the bases.
Yeah,
You clear you got the rainbow of interest, so you can't lose.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting question because I think actually these sorts of superhero movies actually do require a level of performance, don't they?
Absolutely.
You know, of course, you know the younger our younger cast members can do their youthful, you know, improvisational thing, but we had to come in with gravitas, for want of a better word,
As goddesses do.
As goddesses do, exactly.
You just show up with a lollipop in her mouth.
Yeah.
And a sense of sort of presence, if you like. So, you know, that sort of background is definitely helpful for that. Absolutely.
For me, having done action movies, but not having trained for this particular one, and you know, all the power was in the staff, and also in the magical creature that was the dragon. So those were very different, and really the most challenging thing was being able to do all of those things with the costume, with the blue screen, and just going for it.
And although, you know, Rachel, she'd already done West Side Story, so she'd already experienced, you know, a very high level of production and performance. You don't get much higher than that.
You know, Rachel's new to the scene, but already movie star in her own right. You know, like to go from West Side Story right into Snow White, right into the Hunger Games. Like, you know, she's doing everything. This woman she's doing it all. But yes, Helen and Lucy have been crushing the game for so long. They are such pros, they are so talented, and they are lovely human beings. So there was never a weird, like, oh my gosh, I'm in the presence of Dame Helen Mirren. She's just like a super chill, cool, grounded human being that wants to roll her sleeves up and go have fun. So it all just felt really good.
I was incredibly nervous. I thought I was way in over my head and that somebody had made a terrible mistake in casting me. But it was an incredible feeling, and I remember just telling my family and them freaking out too, which is how I knew it was really a big deal and it wasn't all in my head. And but then then you meet these people that you work with, and I also felt this intensity about stepping into a cast that's already been established, because we were the new kids on this sequel with a family that's already been established in the first film, and I was nervous, and everybody was just so welcoming and lovely, and I got to bond with my sisters and have such a great chemistry with them that was really natural. And but definitely when I found out, I was pinching myself and thinking that there had been a terrible mistake. So it was really wonderful though.
Hurry, step right up. You wouldn't want to be anywhere else in the world right now.
I just threw a truck at a dragon. I love my life.
Do you guys coordinate the way you and your superpowered counterparts move and act with Zachary and Adam?
Jack. Oh, well, I have a little story. Oh. I hope it doesn't take too much time. I'll just make it quick. Yeah, well, me and Adam Brody, first time we ever met was at a beach in Topanga. We surfed for about 3 hours and we talked about, how we want to tackle this character together. And then after that, we didn't really talk for a really long time. And I would see him on set occasionally in and out, coming in and out of the crafty trailer, coming in and out of the bathroom. Hey, I'm Adam Brody, gonna go 10-1, you know what I mean? Which was like every 2 minutes. God, he's got a problem. And anyway.
Is that a real story?
Yes, and so we would, but it's funny because we cut and he runs in and he does the business, he does the shtick, and then I say Shazam, and then he comes back in and I hop up and I'm giving him applause, and it's a great day. I had really great training at first. Like I did I think about 3 or 4 things like TV and small movies before I did a big feature blockbuster. I was like 12 years old, and that was like my real introduction into working on like a real film, and I guess I'm spoiled in that way. But also, I love to work on an indie because I think it's easier to develop with the crew. There's a smaller, tighter, group, and you're able to everybody's name easier. Rather on a big movie, I don't know, it's hard to memorize everybody's name.
I feel like you really get to hone in on everything.
Yeah, and also sometimes it's more original or strange. I don't know. But it's a good question. But my answer is also probably good.
Answer.
I don't know. My answer is that.
Yeah. I started off doing musical theater, so that's kind of where I found, it's a big moment, my love for the arts. So I think, for the most part, I was juggling the whole music thing while all this was happening, and was able to balance it really well, I feel like. So yeah, I feel like playing a character and also speaking from my personal experiences are very different, since I'm playing Billy and then I'm out there, recording songs and talking about my personal experiences. So, it's very different.
Anyway, the wizard gave me superpowers. And then everybody got superpowers. Where's everyone going?
To fight crime?
Okay.
What was the most difficult scene for you to shoot as a director, and what scene do you think demanded most of the cast?
Well, for me, it was the scenes where we have all the cast sort of at once. You have the superheroes, you have the parents, you have the gods, and it's just like, it's so many people to just deal with, and try to give everyone their moment, and just like how to fit them all into the frame and how they're all gonna work. It's just a technical challenge when you have what's basically like a little mini Justice League movie almost, with all the heroes and villains. I think for the cast, the most difficult is probably a lot of the flying acrobatics, when they were in rigs and wires and things like that. But I think they like it as well when it doesn't go on for too long and start chafing, stuff like that.
In movies like this, there are obviously scenes that get cut. They get lost in the editing room, let's say. Is there any particular sequence in this one that you wish it could have stayed in the movie?
Yeah, there's a scene with Mary where we see her when she's not what she does for a living. So she's like a Postmates delivery person, but she uses her flight to be able to deliver food really quickly. And there's a moment there when we see that she really wants to go to college, that Grace did really well. It's very sort of, the acting and the emotions were so great, but it just didn't fit into the movie. You know, like it was such a, you know, as the movie was getting longer and longer, it was one of those things that was just so easy to cut because it didn't affect anything else. So unfortunately, I had to go, but yeah. But they will be on the DVD, a lot of deleted scenes, like half an hour or something.
Shazam, A Fúria dos Deuses estreia no dia 16 de março nos cinemas e pode dar uma conferida lá no site do Omelete, que vai ter crítica, vai ter lista, vai ter todo tipo de conteúdo que você quiser ali sobre o filme. E não se esqueça de se inscrever no canal e tocar o sininho para ficar por dentro de tudo o que rolar aqui no Omelete TV. E não se esquece de comentar também o que você achou da entrevista, o que você achou do filme, fala aí pra gente.